Hey guys, how's it going? Shinobi here, and I'm bringing you a video, kind of a gold making video. I'm going to introduce something to you. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. It's called the Ore Shuffle. Back in Cataclysm, I made lots of gold doing this, and maybe some of you don't really know some of this stuff, but maybe you do, and that's why I want to introduce it to you. I think it's a good way to represent what kind of videos I do on my channel. I like to make gold really fast, really easy, and I like to help you guys out with making that gold really fast and easy. So what I have done here is I have farmed for 1 hour and just done some mining in Pandaria. These are the stacks of ghost iron ore that I required by doing this for 1 hour. Now the requirement for doing the ore shuffle is you have to have jewel crafting, enchanting, and mining. Now you can kind of mix it up a little bit different ways. I know people have used other professions in the past, but enchanting and mining are, really important. You could do it other ways too, but if you don't have enchanting, mining, or jewel crafting, I actually have videos down in the video description below that actually show you fast ways of leveling that stuff up. I think it only took me about an hour to go from 1 to 600 in both enchanting and jewel crafting, and I have a full tutorial down below in the description below. So the first step here that we're going to do to make some gold here is we're going to prospect all of the ghost iron ore. Now a really easy way to do this, so it's not very tough for you, is go into your macros and make a macro like this. I'll put it up on the screen bigger so you can see it. All you have to do is literally just click one button and you're going to start prospecting everything. Let me give you a demonstration. So here you go. You see all I did is push my F1 key and there we go. It started collecting the materials. Now after we get all these materials made and we have all of the green gems and all of the blue uncut gems, we're going to sell the blue uncut gems to the auction house because it's not really worth it right at this current second to be making gems out of it. Plus, if you just started up jewel crafting, you may not have a lot of materials or a lot of different recipes to actually use the blue gems to the fullest extent, to the max value. So for right now, we're just going to treat it as though you just got jewel crafting, just so you can see an introductory to this. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video, and I'm going to go ahead and just prospect all of this stuff, and then I'll be right back and I'll show you what the next step is going to be. Alright, and these are the materials that we got here after doing all of that. I'm going to show you, I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you later on to show you at the very end of the video just exactly how much gold we made and everything like that. I did farm all the ghost iron ore. If you wanted to buy it from the auction house, I would suggest doing it on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday you'll get it for the cheapest values. So let's go ahead and do this first. This is going to be the most important thing. These sparkling shards are something that you get while doing this. Go ahead and discover all of those because we're going to sell what it gives you, which is the Serpent Eyes. They sell for decent on the auction house. You can keep them if you wanted to do some stuff with jewel crafting and everything like that. However, for the purpose of the video, we're just going to sell them just to show you what kind of gold you can make just from doing this. Now the next step is we're going to craft some items. So we're going to need to go to the Jewel Crafter Supply Guide and pick up a lot of the jeweler settings. I'm not really sure exactly how many we're going to need, so I'm just going to go ahead and just grab like a whole bunch of them. There's no harm in getting a whole lot of them. If you see that I'm kind of low on gold, I keep most of my gold on my other characters. This is just more of my character that makes me gold. You can see up here in my UI I have like 18,000 gold on another character. I've already spent a lot of gold on a lot of stuff though. However, yeah, so I mean I have like 4 level 90s, so they require a lot of stuff to get going. So anyways, we have all of that now, so let's go into our jewel crafting, which is at 600, you can see here, and then we're going to go down to rings and amulets. So let's start off with rings here. First one we're going to craft is the ornate bands, and then the second one we're going to craft here, I'm going to speed it up through the video for you, is the Shadowfire necklace. These we're going to utilize the greens here. So let me go ahead and speed through that, and I'll be back in just 1 minute and I'll tell you the next step. Now the next thing we're going to do after we have gotten all of the rings and amulets is we need to disenchant them. So I'm going to send them off to my main character, my rogue, also named Shinobi, has some alts in the eyes there. I'm just going to go ahead and send that off to him. That way he can disenchant them. If you don't have enchanting, you can always get a friend to do this. In my opinion though, it's more of a pain in the butt, so I would kind of try and stay away from that. We did get some blue ones out of here. You can proc some blue ones, which is always great. If you are disenchanting or prospecting or anything like that, make sure you're in a level 25 guild. Most of you probably are. However, it's going to help you proc a little bit extra materials, so there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to make sure I go through and click just every single one of them here. And then the rest of the stuff here I'm going to keep on this character, so I can just kind of price up the stuff in the auction house for the rest of the stuff that we have left over. But I'm going to send this over to the enchanter right now, and I'll show you my other characters, so let's head over there. Alright, we are on my rogue now. This is my rogue right here. Let me go ahead and open all of the mail that I sent, all the rings and amulets. We'll just kind of go through there. Now I will put a macro on the screen that'll help you disenchant these things real quick and easy for you. It's another one button click to make it real nice and easy. All you have to do, if you're curious about how I came up with it, is you go to wowhead.com and look at the item level for the item. Now the item level is going to be under Shadow Fire Necklace or Ornate Band. That's the item level, and then you can see that they break off into, Of the Fault Line, Boulder Crag, Earthfall. They break into different things because they have different stats and everything like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and disenchant all these right now, and we're going to see what kind of materials we get. Alright, and these are all the materials that we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of spirit dust, a little bit extra left over, some mysterious essence, and some small ethereal shards. Now, one thing I can give you a tip on that does help out is you can actually break the spirit dust into mysterious essence. So if it makes more sense for you to sell it like that, then go ahead and do that. But I'm just going to go straight off of this and see what kind of gold we can make. So I'm going to send all of this back to my other character that has the rest of the materials, price everything up, and I'll see you at the end of the video to show you just exactly how much gold you just made in just 1 hour and doing a little bit of work. And here are the totals for you on the screen, guys. We have 7 of the small ethereal shards sold for 140 gold, 8 of the mysterious essence sold for 160 gold, 5 of the spirit dust stacks sold for 250 gold, 9 of the river hearts sold for 270 gold, 4 of the wild jade, sold for 260 gold, 2 of the Vermilion Onyx sold for 100 gold, 8 of the Imperial Amethyst sold for 520 gold, 2 of the Primordial Rubies sold for 30 gold, 15 gold each, 3 of the Sun's Radiance sold for 210 gold, and those 10 Serpent Eyes sold for 110 gold. And that gives you a grand total of 2,050 gold, just about almost 2,100 gold. Now remember, this is me selling this stuff on the weekend. Theoretically, this stuff could sell for double the price during the weekday because there's less of it on the auction house. Plus, I'm on Darkspear, so there is a lot of stuff in the auction house, a lot of competitors, a lot of undercutting going on. If you're, say, on a server that's kind of low populated and you're selling this stuff, during the week, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that, you theoretically could sell this for triple this price. I mean, it really does matter on how much inflation is really in your economy on your server. But this is how much I made for this. Not too bad for an hour's worth of work, just going around mining and all that good stuff. And you can even go and buy the stacks of Ghost Iron R if you wanted to. They're selling for like 30 gold each on my server, and I got about 20 stacks of them. So, that's not really a lot of gold right there. I mean, that's like, what, 600 gold or something like that. So I mean, just go into the auction house, and instead of farming and just buying the stuff, you're still gonna make a pretty quick profit. Do this, you know, 3-4 times in a day or something like that, and you could buy your epic flying. So on the screen, you may be curious to a couple of things. You may be like, this UI looks really nice, I want to know a little bit more about it. I have an annotation on the screen. You can click the first one there. That is my UI. I talk all about it, tell you how to set it up, everything like that. It's called LUI. I even give you a link straight to it so you can go get the newest version. The one below that is the most current video that I put out other than this one, which is me disenchanting 800 rings and amulets. It took me a long time to do it, but I did it, and I made a decent amount of gold off of it. So go ahead and check out that video, and like I said, the other videos are in the description below, telling you about, look, I already sold some of the Vermilion Onyx there. That's how quick it was, you know, because I put it up for undercut price as well, and it's the weekend time, and it's just a really, you know, vast server. And also, like I said, the other videos in the description down below, you can go check those out. I show you how to do enchanting, how to do jewel crafting really fast and easy, everything like that. It just requires a little bit of gold for you to do that. But make sure you subscribe to my channel, and thank you for supporting TGN World of Warcraft. And I would like to thank TGN World of Warcraft for allowing me to put these videos on their channel. I've been with TGN for a while now, and they're a really awesome network, so you guys should check them out more, and check me out more by checking out my channel. Link is in the description below. Until next time, my name is Shinobi, and thanks for watching.